Good morning, and thank you for joining me for today's Camp Arowana Monday Devo. I saw a video the other day zoomed in on the face of a beautiful young cat as it watched a horror movie on the television. Specifically, it was the classic movie Psycho. The cat's eyes were constantly dilating in and out as its head twitched back and forth, completely zeroed in on the action. It was adorable and funny at the same time. I've since experimented with my own cats, Priscilla and Aquila, who are running around here not cooperating to be in the camera, by just watching their eyes very closely when I play with them or when I mess around with them. Their expressions are pretty easy to read, and the main thing I see when they're stalking my hand as it races back and forth across the couch cushion or on the string into the balloon that I'm dangling in front of them, the main thing that I noticed is this: anticipation. They are anticipating grabbing my hand or that string, and they can barely contain their enthusiasm at the idea of getting it. And you can read it in their eyes. They are excited about catching their prey, and they are filled with joy because they are confident that they are going to catch it. Today is a bit of a strange day for us here at Camp Arowana. Today was supposed to be the day that our campers would be arriving for high school camp. It would be a week of friends reuniting, laughs and adventures, games, time in the sun at Lake Billy Chinook, worshiping all together, Radsaw Awards dinner night, traditions and new memories. Things that we all look forward to all year long. Anticipation. Of course, we aren't able to hold in-person camps this year, so those campers won't be arriving today and moving into their cabins. However, today is the day we kick off our first ever virtual camp. This is a whole new experiment, a whole new program with a lot of unknowns, a lot of potential and unexpected hiccups, and a lot of really exciting, fun new things. Anticipation. We really are excited about this new virtual experience and for the really cool and fun camp-in-a-box kits that we are mailing out to our campers. We've worked hard and come up with what we hope is a good way of doing camp this way. Anticipation. I have a dictionary here that I got from my school teacher grandmother's classroom when she retired as a second grade teacher. I use it quite a bit. The simple definitions a lot of times are really revealing for us as adults. I looked up the word anticipate and anticipation in this dictionary. So about anticipate, it reads, to look forward to, expect, do before others do, be ahead of in doing, take care of ahead of time, consider in advance. And for the word anticipation, it reads, an act of anticipating, looking forward to, expectation. In Luke chapter 2, verses 21 through 39, we see Mary and Joseph taking the infant Jesus to be presented at the temple, as was tradition. While there, they encountered two people, Simeon and Anna. I'm going to read to you verses 25 through 38 specifically out of Luke chapter 2. Now there was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon, who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Christ. Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts. When the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him what the custom of the law required, Simeon took him in his arms and praised God, saying, Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you now dismiss your servant in peace. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all people, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and for glory to your people Israel. The child's father and mother marveled at what was said about him. Then Simeon blessed them and said to Mary his mother, This child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that they will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed, and a sword will pierce your own soul too. There was also a prophetess, Anna, the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was very old. She had lived with her husband 7 years after her marriage, and then was a widow until she was 84. She never left the temple, but worshipped night and day, fasting and praying. Coming up to them at that very moment, she gave thanks to God and spoke about the child to all who were looking forward to the redemption of Jerusalem. Simeon and Anna were old. They had waited a long time, and yet they continued to wait. And they didn't just wait, they waited with anticipation. They knew God was faithful to keep his promises. They knew God would follow through. They waited eagerly and with joy. Life is full of uncertainties. One thing we know, we serve the same God as Simeon and Anna. We can trust God with our plans, our hopes, our future. We can trust that God has marvelous plans for us. And we can anticipate with joy and peace whatever that might be, because we know that God is faithful and good.